when you look at a screen, you're looking at this other world. They've become these portals that we literally live through. There is definitely something relating to, an experience of the mind, some things that's not super rational. My name is Nicolas Sassoon. I'm a visual artist based in Vancouver. My practice revolves mainly around digital animation and video projection. I've always been drawn to a type of imagery or images or artworks that really create this magical moment where you look at them and you're transported somewhere else, but you're also sort of baffled by how it was possibly made. You can ask yourself, how is it made, but you don't have the answer, and eventually what takes over is more the experience of the work rather than how it's made. I work with this very simple overlapping of two images. It's something that's really close to analog animation in a way. I don't use coding, I don't use programming, I do everything by hand. I stretch things, or I change the speed, I change the motion, and through these different experimentations, I reach at some point a result that I find to be a good result. One of my favorite installations I've done in the city was the wallpaper exhibition at the Vancouver Art Gallery. This is a collaborative project with 3 artists. So myself, Sylvain Sailly, another artist from France, and Sarah Ludi, an artist based in Chicago. One of the other highlights was the exhibition I did last year called Index Avenue Skylight. I produced an exhibition referencing a lot of underground venues in Vancouver that have either shut down or not operating anymore. You have a history of spaces in Vancouver that have sort of popped off and disappeared. I found that there was something really beautiful about how these spaces exist in a collective memory. It's almost a little bit like mythologies or tales that people would tell each other, and they add their little part to it. Nurturing hobbies is really key to me to sort of keep a curious mind. Coming out here and just working on the garden, planting stuff or weeding or doing anything that involves taking care of the garden it's super grounding. It's a nice complement to being in front of a laptop for 10 hours a day. It's really good for that. So we're at Deep Blue, a studio space and event space in Vancouver, which has been around for 5 years now. I've been here all week, setting up 4 different projections in this main space. One interesting thing is how people interact with projections. There's always that moment where people enter the space, they go in front of the projection, and then they start playing with that. It's really kind of like being a caveman and having a torch and seeing your shadow and playing with your shadow. There's something really sort of visceral and primitive about it, I think. Participating to that underground culture has been so meaningful to me. Electronic music venues in Vancouver, they sort of create a balance in my life. Spending 10 hours a day on a computer, it's really heavy. I need these moments where I can just sort of let go of all that.